Good Monday morning. Yes, start of another work week. A little tired, a little groggy, I'm sure. I know I am this morning. Anyway, we're going to talk about weather for the next 15 minutes. We're going to be giving you an idea what you can expect the rest of this afternoon. I think we might see a couple more showers pop up as we head towards later on this afternoon, this evening. Also, we have a new tropical storm out in the Atlantic. Now, it's way out there, and it looks like its impacts on the Gulf are going to be zero. I don't think it's going to be reaching the Gulf. Matter of fact, it looks like it might not even reach the east coast of the U.S., but it is a tropical storm. Looks like it could become our first hurricane of the season, which is good. Well, I mean, we're already getting halfway through August here, and we haven't seen too many named storms already, so that's a good thing that we're just now getting to the second half of August, or getting ready to get to the second half of August, and we're only a few storms in, and this will be our first hurricane, so that's some good news there. But let's take a look at what we can expect the rest of the day as we go into the afternoon, expecting highs to get up there into the lower 90s after some pretty good rains this morning. There are some places like I think Sabine Pass had over 3 inches of rain for this morning, so there were some pretty good downpours out there this morning, mainly around the Triangle. The lakes area saw maybe a little bit, but not like we did here around the Triangle this morning. Jefferson, Orange County, Southern Hardin County had probably the bulk of most of the rain, but most areas probably saw about a half an inch or an inch or so early this morning. This afternoon, we'll see another round of maybe some heavy downpours, a few thunderstorms, nothing severe. We're not expecting any severe weather, but we'll go 30, maybe 40% coverage as we go towards the late afternoon, early evening, and then by 10 o'clock, that stuff should start to die down, and we're expecting temperatures back down around 80 degrees. Real quick look at our allergy report for this Monday. Medium weed, grass, and mold, and this is just not the time of year for the tree, but it's okay, I guess. Medium, 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 better than high, high, high. So not looking too bad on the allergy report. Outside, we have partly cloudy skies. You can see a little blue and a lot of cloud cover here and there. This is the view from Pack of the Prairie, downtown Beaumont, as we look at the Beaumont skyline for this morning. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network currently showing 83 degrees downtown. Humidity up there at 78%. It is humid thanks to some of that rain this morning. Look at the rain gauge, almost an inch of rain downtown this morning. Take a look from our 12 News studio here. This is out on our tower outside, and we're looking north up I-10. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing. And once again, same type of sky where we're seeing kind of partly to mostly cloudy skies, but there is some blue to be seen. Quiet conditions, no rain out there on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. It looks like I-10 as we head close to the lunch hour is looking pretty smooth. So I hope you don't have any problems out there trying to get to where you need to go. If you're heading out to meet somebody for lunch or just doing some errands on your lunch hour, looks like I-10 doesn't look too bad for this morning, that's for sure. So looking pretty good there. We'll check another camera. This is the one over towards Lake Charles as we look at the port of Lake Charles for this morning. A little bit more cloud cover off towards the east with mostly cloudy skies, but you can see a little blue there on this camera, our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network in the Lake Charles area. Right across on the back side of the port, you see the little lake there. That's Lake Charles itself. And then on the back side of that is the city of Lake Charles over there on our camera for this morning. We'll see if we can grab one more camera before we go on and check the radar, and we'll also check our forecast as we go towards not only today, but as we go into next weekend as well. And here's the view from up in Jasper. This camera brought to you by Provalis, and we have partly cloudy skies there, some sunshine. Jasper didn't get a whole lot of rain this morning. Most of the activity was down here around the Triangle, and a few cars here and there down the streets of Jasper for this morning. Here are current temperatures. We're all up into the 80s now. We were seeing some 70s just as late as last hour, or last half hour, but now starting to warm up into the 80s. 85 in Kirbyville, 87 Woodville, 82 Jasper, 81 Silsbee, 82 Port Arthur, and then 84 in Orange. Beaumont, something's happened to the thermometer out at the municipal airport, which is just west of town, because we haven't gotten a report from there in a while now. So I think something's happened. They broke it. Hopefully they can replace it fairly soon, and we can get that report back up in Beaumont. But generally some lower to middle 80s right now. We're expecting those highs up into the lower 90s as we get into the afternoon. Not much going on radar, pretty quiet. There's a little bit of shower south of Sabine Pass, a couple of isolated showers out towards Conroe, some more activity well over into Louisiana, but not much going on radar right now. If you have any questions, you can text me at 409-749-9302. I'll check the phone before we end this stream, and if you have any questions, I can definitely try to answer some of those anyway. And if you don't have any questions right now, make sure you write this number down, and at any time you want to, it could be the middle of the night, hey, I've got a weather question, you can text it to this number. Don't call. We don't accept calls at this number, but definitely can text us at this number, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can. We periodically check the phone and try to get back to people as quick as we can. Might not be in the next few minutes after you send out a text, but sometimes it might take a couple hours. Between shifts and stuff like that, we'll try to get you an answer to your question. But 409-749-9302 is our number. You can text us and ask us any questions. All right, here's a look at satellite and radar across the state. And we had some showers up towards this cold front, which is across the Texas Panhandle this morning. Those seem to be dying down just a little bit. Maybe a couple of showers north of San Angelo there, but fairly quiet across most of the state. And then we've had all this activity across the southeastern sections of the state here, all the way back down, not quite to Corpus Christi, but along the coast this morning. We have this little weakness in the atmosphere, a little trough. You can see stretching along the northern Gulf out over into parts of the northeastern Gulf, and that's been the focus for some showers and thunderstorms for this morning. Typical to see some nocturnal showers and thunderstorms along a little trough like this, and then they die down during the late morning hours, and you can see maybe another flare up later on this afternoon. So that's kind of what we're looking at for today, and you can see how they flared up this morning, now dying down, and like I said, could see some more activity later on today. Let's check the rest of the country. There is some scattered showers through the Carolinas, back into Georgia, even the Florida Panhandle, seeing some rainfall for this morning. So there's definitely some active weather across the southeastern U.S., some thunderstorms here and there. New England looks fine. Nothing's going on up towards, say, parts of Washington, New York, back up into Boston. No problems there. As we look towards the Midwest, there are some rain and thunderstorms pushing through the Midwest. Looks like Kansas City had a good bout of some heavy rain, some thunderstorms overnight into this morning. Still some scattered rain through Nebraska and Iowa this morning. Also, it looks like maybe the UP of Michigan got a little bit of rain overnight into this morning. As you get past the Midwest, Rocky Mountain states, back out towards the West Coast, nothing's going on. Looks like it's going to be pretty quiet there throughout the day, as they'll see plenty of sunshine along the West Coast for this afternoon. All right, let's check our futurecast, showing quiet conditions through 1, maybe 2 o'clock. And then as we get to, say, 3, 4 o'clock, we could see some of those showers and thunderstorms start to develop across the area. I don't know, that might be a little bit more than we're anticipating. I think there will be some, but we'll go about a 30, maybe 40% coverage. This is showing more like a 50 or 60% coverage. And I think that'll linger into about 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere around there, and then things should die down. We start to lose that heating of the day. And as we head through the overnight, I think fairly quiet, except for maybe along the coast. We could see some more of those showers and thunderstorms develop as we go in towards tomorrow morning. So there could be another round of some rain, some heavy downpours, maybe some thunderstorms as well for tomorrow morning. Kind of like we saw this morning, but maybe not quite as much, maybe not quite as heavy. Let's hope so. It's not bad to get a little bit of rain, but you don't want to get 2 inches in a couple hours. It doesn't help much. And then as we go in towards lunchtime tomorrow, looks like quiet conditions, and then we could see maybe another flare up of some showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, even though this futurecast doesn't show much. Once again, we'll go about 30, maybe 40% coverage as we head towards Tuesday. Here's our new tropical storm. This is Tropical Storm Aaron, which has just formed this morning. They just issued the first advisory on it. It's still just off the coast of Africa. Here's Africa here, and here is Aaron. So it's got a long way to go. It's got to cross pretty much the entire Atlantic before it would reach the U.S. if it even does. Right now, a lot of computer models have it staying off away from the East Coast and not reaching the U.S. So we'll continue to track it. We do not expect this to come into the Gulf. It looks like it's going to go too far north. We don't have to worry about it here in the Gulf. Winds are at 45 with this right now. Gusts are at 60, and the movement is to the west at 20. So it's moving along at a pretty good clip. It's only 280 miles off the Cape Verde Islands out there, so it's still way out there. Here's the track. Takes us through Saturday with this, and they are expected to become a hurricane maybe later on this week around, say, maybe Thursday or so, and eventually with winds up to maybe 115, making it a Category 3. That's at least the prediction right now, that it could become maybe a Category 3 hurricane. And once you become a Category 3 hurricane, that's a major hurricane. 3, 4, and 5 are major. 1 and 2 are still hurricanes, but they're not technically major hurricanes. Notice it stays north of the islands in the Caribbean, stays north of Puerto Rico, and looks like hopefully it won't be messing with any landmass. Might be coming close to Bermuda, and some of the computer models have it coming close towards the eastern seaboard of the U.S. We'll have to wait and see. Only a few of those do that. A lot of them just have it curving out into the open Atlantic. Let's hope this stays a fish storm and doesn't bother anybody. But once again, I just want to reiterate, don't have to worry about it here in the Gulf. Looks like this thing's going to take that big curve and hopefully not even affect the U.S. on the eastern coast there. All right, let's take a look at our coastal marine forecast for today, this Monday. Northeasterly winds at 5 to 10 knots, seas only about a foot. High tide, we had one earlier this morning, 5:58. Our next one's at 4:46 for this afternoon. Our sunset will be at 8:01 tonight. Water temperature still hanging into the upper 80s out there into the Gulf. Texas Point winds out of the north-northeast at 12 and gusts to 16. So a little breezy out there and mostly smooth on the inland lakes and bays for today, but watch out for some of those showers and thunderstorms that could develop later on today. So we'll go 40% through the late afternoon, early evening before we do see those showers and thunderstorms pop up. We'll jump up into the lower 90s, around 92, 93 for today. Variable clouds, as we saw out there, a little bit of blue mixed with some cloud cover here and there. And then for tonight, if we see anything, I think it's going to be generally close to the coastline. So we'll go 30% towards the triangle, 20% inland southeast Texas, and then just mostly cloudy skies to partly cloudy skies up in the lakes area. I don't think you have to worry about any rain overnight, but down towards the water there, we could see a few showers here and there pop up. All right, our 7-day forecast right now looking at more rain in our forecast through Tuesday, Wednesday, and even Friday, 40-50% coverage. Saturday, 40% coverage. Thursday, maybe not quite. It looks like there might be a little break there with just a few showers. And then Sunday also looks like we're going to dry out a little bit, as we'll see just a few showers there, about 20%. Hopefully that'll be the trend as we go into next week, and next week won't be quite as wet. But this week is once again one of those weeks where you got to carry the umbrella with you, especially during the afternoon hours or even early in the morning, kind of like what we saw this morning, scattered showers and thunderstorms. There will be dry periods during each day, but there also could be some pretty wet periods here and there. One day you could pick up maybe a couple of drops, another day you could pick up an inch and a half of rain, something like that. So yeah, it's definitely just one of those periods, and we know how it is. If you lived here a while, you know how it is. One day it could be very wet, the next day you won't see much at all going on here over your house at least. Checking the messages on the phone, there is no messages, so okay. If you do have a question, you can still text us anytime, like I said, day or night, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can on that. Let's real quick check the radar one more time and see what's going on with that before we go ahead and close out this stream. We'll kind of close it out on that radar. Don't forget that later on tonight and every night, Monday through Friday, Patrick does the same type of thing. He streams for about 15 minutes on 12 News Plus, and that starts at 6:30 every evening. So it goes from 6:30 to 6:45, and he'll give you an update. He'll definitely be giving you an update on what Aaron's doing for tonight, and we'll keep doing that. We'll keep updating you, even though it doesn't look like it's going to be any kind of issue for the Gulf. We'll keep letting you know where that's going to go, especially if you have friends and family